Hi guys, welcome to today's video. How have you all been doing? Of course, yeah, playoff basketball is a lot of fun. Yeah, but for today's video, we want to have a look at the other NBA teams who are not in the playoffs anymore, or at least some of them are not there anymore. And we go to our friends from Bleacher Report, and they got us an article written by Zach Buckley on May 17th. So just a couple of days ago, and the article is saying what each team would do if NBA free agency started today. So guys, if you are interested in what the teams should do, like we're going to go through all the teams, then just keep watching and enjoy the video. If you do so, I would really appreciate if you could leave a like, maybe write a comment, give me some feedback. I'm still new here, and yeah, I always very happy if somebody I can get in contact with you guys. If you write a comment, I would really appreciate it. So let's just jump right into the article. Alright, then let's go. And the first thing, Atlanta Hawks re-signed Saddiq Bey. So Saddiq Bey, of course, me as a Piston fan, I love Saddiq Bey. He had some incredible games for us. I think the trade they did, bringing in James Wiseman for him, was definitely an L for us. I just thought Saddiq Bey fits perfectly to my Pistons, especially at that small forward position. Can play some defense, can shoot the ball. So yeah, I'm very sad that he's gone. And yeah, the Hawks with the number 1 pick, let's see what they are going to do, if they bring in a superstar with that pick or draft Alexander Sarr. But Saddiq Bey, I think, is about 25 years old. Of course, has always some injury problems. I think he torn his ACL and then was not able to play the last games of the season. But for me, if you have the opportunity to re-sign him, you have to do it. Although they have a lot of forwards like Griffin and Hunter still there, and yeah, Jalen Johnson getting really good. So yeah, they definitely have a little bit of an overload at the forward position. So that's maybe why they could also considering to let him go with his injury problems. But yeah, a team could really use him, like if they are looking for some scoring. He does remind me a lot of Kelly Oubre Jr. So maybe if he goes to a team like Charlotte or maybe even the Spurs, he could definitely score a lot there and then maybe go to a contention team, right? So yeah, kind of reminds me of Kelly Oubre Jr. to be honest. So Boston Celtics choose a backup big. Yeah, that's definitely what they have to do. They did bring in Xavier Tillman via trade. Jaden Springer, I think, was in that trade. And of course, they have Luke Cornett here, who is a very tall center. They also have Nehemias Kita, who they also just signed. Yeah, so it's going to be interesting between those three who is going to get the backup center spot. I do think Xavier Tillman should play more. I really like him, to be honest. I think he's a very solid backup center. Imagine if they could bring in Andre Drummond, who is, I think, a free agent this offseason. I mean, that would be just disgusting. Like, that would be unbelievable for them. So yeah, if Andre Drummond, if they can get a hold on him, that is crazy. But between those three, I would choose Xavier Tillman. Even though Luke Cornett actually has looked solid. We all remember when he jumped like this for no reason. He kept jumping like that. He was like far away from the ball or from the opposite player, and he just kept jumping, so that was kind of funny. So Brooklyn Nets try keeping Nick Claxton at a discount. So what discount are they talking about? Let's see. Around 20 million a year. Yeah. I mean, his defense is really nice, of course, Nick Claxton, but the Nets are just stuck in no man's land, so they have to re-sign him, in my opinion. Like, letting him go for nothing, it's the worst which could happen. So they have to re-sign him for sure. If they can get him like for a 20 million year a contract, that's a steal. They could look at some trades later on the year or that contract. And I think you definitely would get like a nice package for him, like maybe 1 or even 2 first round picks, some young talent. Like I always see him in a Magic uniform, So yeah, so they definitely have to sign him back, and yeah, maybe he has even defensive player of the year potential at least, right? So yeah, no, they don't have any chance. So they say Philly could be a team to wanting him, Toronto, Utah, Detroit, OKC. Like I said, I see the Magic's just, it's really nice. Alright, Charlotte Hornets move quickly on a new contract for Miles Bridges. Of course, Miles Bridges is a great basketball player. I am a little bit surprised and also shocked, like how everything else what he did off the court just kind of doesn't nobody cares anymore about it. I think the NBA didn't do a good job there, to be honest. Like this violence and this stuff, just I don't know. I wish they would have taken care of that a little bit different. So yeah, I don't know. I guess for the Hornets it's the best thing to do, because again, if they lose him for nothing, yeah, it's terrible. But yeah, the big picture, like also what's going on with PDD now, of course, we all saw it on the social media. Yeah, I wish they would have handled it differently, the NBA, not the Hornets, because the Hornets, they're just having their own interests, right? But the NBA, I think, didn't do a great job there, to be honest. So I leave it like that. Chicago Bulls find the right deal with DeMar DeRozan. So of course, DeMar DeRozan was just quoted that he kind of wants to stay in Chicago. I could also see him maybe switching teams, going to Detroit. I don't know, like sign a contract there, to Philadelphia maybe. The Bulls, I think they have a lottery pick, so if they take somebody interesting there, I don't know with the Bulls, man. It's like every year the same. We all think they should rebuild, they don't. Now Lonzo is coming back. They have so many guards. Lavine is coming back, so it's going to be interesting in what they are going to do. So he's about to be 35 years old, so probably wants one more big contract. I don't know if they should give it out to him. I don't think they should. So they say a new 2-year deal, perhaps as much as 40 million per season for a 35-year DeMar DeRozan. I love DeMar DeRozan. He's one of my favorite NBA players, but at this age, I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Maybe the Lakers calling him, maybe they can figure something out. But if he has the chance to sign a 2-year contract, 80 million, I mean, he's going to take that. But again, I don't know if Chicago should really do that. I doubt it. Cleveland Cavaliers get a decision from Donovan Mitchell. Yeah, I think it's either Donovan Mitchell or Darius Garland at this part of this whole saga. Me personally, I would give the keys to Garland and Mobley especially. I think Mobley is just the next Giannis Antetokounmpo. He definitely has all the potential in the world. And yeah, Donovan Mitchell just takes a lot of offense away from those guys. Maybe move on from Jared Allen as well. Let Mobley really develop himself. And yeah, give the keys to those two guys. So I would trade Donovan Mitchell. Maybe with the Heat, maybe you can bring in a Nikola Jovic, maybe Jaime Jaquez Jr., maybe even a Tyler Hero as a sixth man, I guess, or a shooting guard starters next to Garland. So yeah, I would definitely make the decision pro Garland, and I would look for a trade for Mitchell, because Mitchell is going to be huge money. So Dallas Mavericks pay Derrick Jones Jr. or find his replacement quickly. Yeah, they don't have any different opinion. In my opinion, they don't have any different choice. In my opinion, that's what I meant to say. They have to re-sign Derrick Jones Jr. Probably about 10 million a year. The MLE is going to go to him, I guess. Definitely deserves. I like him with Dante Exum there playing hard defense. And yeah, Grant Williams didn't work out. It was not a big thing because yeah, Jones stepped up, so they have to resign him. And Denver Nuggets convinced KCP to stay. I don't even know, there was some rumors out there, or is his contract running out maybe? Let's see what the article says. Yeah, I guess it runs out. Yeah, you need him, definitely. I think he's happy. I mean, you play with the best basketballer in the whole world, Nikola Jokic. Jamal Murray, like when it comes to playoffs, he's always going to show up. They are doing this year really well. So yeah, I don't see any need for him to change the team. Maybe a Bruce Brown scenario where somebody is going to offer him a bag. Maybe that is something that he could consider. I don't think he ever got a huge contract in the NBA. Of course, with the Pistons, when they drafted him and then the extension was up, they didn't give him the money he wanted. So yeah, maybe that's an argument for him to get one final big bag. But besides that, I think his role in Denver, they love him there. The fans love him, the coaching staff loves him, Nikola loves him. So yeah, there's not really a reason to leave the team, in my opinion. Just if it comes to money, somebody is going to offer him a bag. So my team, the Detroit Pistons, pay Tobias Harris Tobias Harris a not insignificant amount of money. I guess. I mean, I was also thinking about this Tobias Harris coming back to Detroit. I mean, I don't know. We need some leadership. Is Harris a leader? I mean, he has experience, right? But that does not mean he's also a leader. So I don't know, man. We definitely need like a power forward, small forward. Depends on what we're going to do with Osar and Shaden Iowi and Cunningham. But we definitely need one forward and an experienced forward again. But is Tobias Harris, I mean, if you sign him, please not for a long contract, man. He already got this 5-year deal with the Philadelphia 76ers, so please, whatever you do, Detroit, don't sign him to a multi-year contract, maybe 2 years with a team option, something like that. You can pay, we have so much cap space, we can pay him from like 1 year, like 20 million, I don't care, but just not a long-term contract, please. But besides that, of course, us Pistons fans, we are always loving Tobias Harris in a Piston uniform because he looked really solid there. He was, of course, George Blaha's wife, favorite player ever in a Pistons uniform, so that's kind of nice. Golden State Warriors, let Klay Thompson test the market. It seems like it. They have not found an agreement. I don't know what Klay really wants. I mean, he is a legend. It would kind of suck to see him in a different uniform. Of course, there has been the Magic rumors, the Lakers rumors as well. But yeah, I would hope they find a solution to let him retire in a Golden State uniform together with Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Kevon Looney. They just gave us so much, the whole NBA fandom. To see and to appreciate the way they played the game. Like very fun, what is it, like 10-year span we have been watching them. So yeah, I'm just kind of a romantic guy when it comes to this one team stays, like Dirk Nowitzki, Steph, Klay. So I would like them to just stay in one uniform for the whole career and become a legend, maybe get a statue or something. So yeah, I hope they find a way to re-sign him, but yeah, definitely not for max money. Like his defense is not there as it used to be, his shooting is not there. Yeah, overall injury problems, getting up in age. So please don't ask for a max. Alright, next up, Houston Rockets search for reasonable priced shooting. Yeah, the Rockets are one of the more interesting team in this offseason, I believe. I just love their coaching stuff. Like Ime Udoka, one of the most underrated coaches, in my opinion. The way they set up their team, like if you remember, they went to the rebuild like the same time the Pistons did, and if you compare those teams, like you really see that the Rockets had a plan and the Pistons just didn't have a plan. That's just a difference, right? And yeah, the roster looks very solid. Fred VanVleet, I think one of the more underrated signings from last year. Dylan Brooks had some really nice games. They have all the rookies, or not rookies, but young players, Thompson, Smith, Şengün, Green. They can bring in some more talent now, Whitmore. So they have the assets to make a big trade if they want to look for a shooter. I don't know if you could bring in a Malik Monk. maybe via free agency, or you can make a trade. That's definitely a possibility. I always see Jaylen Brown in a Rockets uniform. Let's see if that's going to happen, but the connection is definitely there. So yeah, very interesting team. Indiana Pacers re-signed Pascal Siakam. I don't think they have another chance. They gave up quite a bit for him, and yeah, if he leaves for nothing, it would suck. They also made it far in the playoffs, so yeah, it's a no-brainer. They do have to re-sign him. Clippers get a long-term commitment from Paul George. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just over him. Like, I don't know. I don't believe in him anymore. And the Clippers, like, they have this new arena, of course. They want to sell out all the tickets. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a believer in the Clippers. I never was. Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, I love the players, but when it comes to championships, they just... I mean, Kawhi showed us that he is a winner, but he's always hurt. So the same with Paul George, like he's always hurt as well, and he's also up in age. So long-term commitment, yes, but for what money? Max contract? No. There was also some rumors, Philadelphia 76ers and Lakers. I don't know. Lakers give LeBron James whatever he wants. Yeah, I mean, I think he has a player option, about 50 million this year. Most likely going to take it. The final reports were that he doesn't like if another team drafts his son, he doesn't have to play with him. He would prefer to stay a Laker, so that's something new. 39 years of age, still a very good player, very, very great player. And yeah, I mean, he is just a GM, like just give him whatever he wants, yes. And they do need to make some changes. They need more shooting, definitely. So they have some assets to make a big trade, bring in a third superstar, maybe Donovan Mitchell, maybe Trae Young, somebody like that. I really don't think it's out of the world. So yeah, just figure it out with him, man. You have the best player of all time. Let him say whatever he wants, right? Grizzlies pick up Luke Kennard's team option. I mean, me as a Pistons, you guys all know I'm a big fan of Luke Kennard. I wish he would have stayed with us. 14.8 million team option, no brainer for me. Fits very well with Ja Morant, Triple J, Desmond Baines, Marcus Smart, like very, very good. I think he can have a huge impact, kind of like that six man off the bench, I guess. Play some defense, shoot the heck out of the ball. Again, just a very solid role players. I think, like especially me, I just love role players. Of course, I enjoy watching the superstars, but I always have an eye on the role players. I think it's more interesting. And him in the Grizzlies uniform, it looks fantastic. He could do very, very well. So Miami Heat make the best offer they can for Caleb Martin. So Martin is interesting. Of course, last year he had some very big playoff games for them. He helped them saving their season. I think if he would have entered last year free agency, he would have gotten some offers, maybe 100 million contract offers. This year, he didn't really show up as much as last year. So I think the offers will be smaller, but I'm probably still looking about 15 to 20 million a year. The Heat, I mean, they do have the Duncan Robinson contract already, Terry Rozier, Jimmy Butler. I think they're going to make a trade, maybe for Donovan Mitchell, send some people over there like Tyler Hero, Nikola Jovic. Maybe they have to include Jaime Jaquez Jr., but I guess it's alright if you get back Donovan Mitchell. But for Caleb Martin, I think you want to re-sign him, but I'm not a huge fan of him, to be honest. He did have some really great games last year, but I wouldn't give him too much money. I like Highsmith, I like him a little bit more, just on the defensive side. I think he looks better there. Milwaukee Bucks try convincing Malik Beasley to stay. Yeah, no-brainer. I mean, maybe he gets some good offers. Where again, maybe Magic, maybe Hornets, somebody like that, overpaying him, so he leaves the team. But besides that, Milwaukee definitely has to do everything they can to re-sign him. He has looked really good, also in the playoffs. They had so much health problems, and yeah, just coming back Giannis coming back, you definitely need some shooting, and he's like the perfect fit in my opinion. Also for him, it's nice the Lakers' time did not really work out. And so yeah, him coming into a situation where he is needed, where the team needs him, perfect win-win situation, sign him up. Minnesota Timberwolves find a cost-effective way to back up Mike Conley. Of course, Mike Conley getting there in age, but we have just seen in the playoffs how important he is for this team. When he's on the court, they look so much better. Like the whole team plays as a team, as a unit. He's just the orchestra. Like he tells people what to do, and if he's not there, they have a lot of problems. So he is that true point guard, the leadership. And that's what I think when it comes to Mike Conley. What comes to my mind first: leadership and point guard, a very good point guard. And yeah, so they need to have a look at some younger option, because he's also about 30 years of age. So yeah, they need to do something. Monte Morris looked solid, so but I don't know if he's the long-term answer. I don't know what's their draft pick situation. Maybe they can get somebody there, but they need some young options. Of course, the D'Angelo Russell trade, yeah, it was a win for them because they look so good now, but when it comes to age, it would have been better to keep a D'Lo, of course. So New Orleans Pelicans figure out the 5 spot quickly. Yeah, Valanciunas probably not going to re-sign. I guess that's what the final rumors are. I think you need some more shooting next to Zion Williamson. Maybe they trade Brandon Ingram, but yeah, you need to find a shooter. And yeah, so that's what they need. A big man who can stretch the floor. New York Knicks sign OG Anunoby at any cost. Yeah, definitely a no-brainer. Again, they gave up quite a bit for him, RJ Barrett and Emmanuel Quickly. And yeah, they have to re-sign him. I don't think you want to see him on a max contract, but on the other side, when he is on the court, they look much better. The defense is very good, so yeah, no-brainer there. OKC search for stretch bigs, definitely. The player who always comes in mind for me is Lauri Markkanen. If you can make a trade him, maybe for Giddey, other young players, some draft picks, I think the Jazz would say yes to that. And imagine Chet Holmgren, Lauri, J-Dub, then whoever starts at the shooting guard, and Shea. I mean, very scary, very scary. Orlando Magic offer Klay Thompson an over market salary on a short-term deal. If it's a short-term deal, I guess you can do it. I do think they need some upgrade at the shooting guard position. Malik Monk, Klay Thompson, Buddy Hield, some players who come in mind. So let's see, they say, what do they want to pay him? They don't say it. Yeah, if you give him like a 1 or 2 year deal, maybe with a team option, I guess I would be okay with that. Philadelphia 76ers put a max contract in front of Paul George. Please don't do that. Like, try to get Mikal Bridges from the Brooklyn Nets somehow in a trade. He's a much better fit. He's younger. He is from the Philly area. His mother used to work in Philadelphia for actually the 76ers. They drafted him. They traded him away. They should never have done that. He is much better with Tyrese and Embiid. Their fit is much better. The defense is there. He can shoot. He's a perfect number 3 guy on a team. Paul George, like, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of him at this point of his career. So yeah, please go for Bridges and not for George. Phoenix Suns retain Royce O'Neal at almost any price. Oh my goodness. I hope they get Zach Edey, man. I guess if you want to, how old is he? They don't even say it in the article, but he must be like 32, 33 years of age. Royce O'Neal, I do like him, so I guess resign him any price. No, definitely not. I mean, if you have to pay him like 8 million, like kind of a Kyle Anderson, Minnesota deal, I guess you do it. Portland Trail Blazers have a Delano Banton debate. I mean, they are in a rebuild. So yeah, just sign him and give him another chance. Sacramento make their best offer for Malik Monk. Absolutely no-brainer. Him and De'Aaron Fox, the Kentucky connection is there. I don't think you want to see him on a max contract. 20 to 25 million a year. Sign me up for that. Spurs poke around for playmakers. Yeah, no-brainer there as well. They do probably get somebody via draft, like a Rob Dillingham, Nikola Topic, Isaiah Collier, somebody like that. They do have Trey Jones, I think, for 1 more year at least. Blake Wesley also sitting there. They wanted Graham for another year, but they need some veterans. The Trey Young rumors always have been there, so I guess that's an option. But yeah, definitely get somebody in via draft and then maybe via trade as well. Toronto Raptors move quickly on Emmanuel quickly. Sorry for that. Yeah, no brainer. They gave up quite a bit for him, and he definitely is the future. Utah Jazz extend Lauri Markkanen. Yeah, and then probably trade him. I think the Cavs are interested maybe. Again, OKC, very interesting there. So there's definitely a market for him. Wizards offer reasonable money to Tyus Jones. I think he wants to leave. I mean, I don't know why they didn't make a trade for him at the trade deadline. Maybe there were just no offers. But yeah, I think his time has come to an end. Again, we are looking at Minnesota. They need some backup point guard. And yeah. Alright guys, so that's it for today's video. Like I said, I would really appreciate if you could leave a like if you enjoyed the content. Maybe write me some feedback. I love you guys and I will see you at the next one. Peace.